Are we going to see a 15K Bitcoin? That is really the question that is on everyone's lips. We're currently hovering around about 17.7, and it's not looking very good, is it, AJ? We're pretty upset.
Yeah, it's not looking good at all, and it looks like there could be more pain. We have been talking about this. We've been talking about this for a very long time now. On the fundamental side of things, but also the technical side of things as well. On the technical, the bullish. Yes, we got the bullish break, but no bullish volume. When no bullish volume comes, what happens is it's a fake out, and that's exactly what we're seeing now. So, yeah.
It is, and it's unfortunate, but it is exactly what happens. And we're just going to run through now, have a little look at what we are viewing overall, shall we say? So, look, just having a quick look. This is one thing that I do want to mention about Solana. I'm going to come back to this a little bit later. As you can see, the prices here 17,677 on Bitcoin, Ethereum 1,200, XRP 0.37. Solana, that's going to be a really, really big one. You can see that that's taken a 20%, almost a 20% drop over the past couple of days. And that's something that I think really is a concern for a lot of people involved. And so let me just quickly move on. I'm going to go through this relatively quick. I'm just reading the comments here. Alameda Research selling Solana to buy FTT because CZ is selling FTT to buy BNB. This is why we had such a pump in Binance BNB yesterday, especially on the news that Binance could potentially, they still have to do their due diligence. It's an open-ended contract, shall we say. But they could be buying FTX, obviously. And then Immortal has said, in the next bull market, if someone calls me lucky, I'm going to cut his tongue out. Should we comment lucky? And obviously Alameda is the people at the head of this is a been onto their research, and it's a fairly small team, and as you can see, these are owned by Sam Bankman-Fried, who are obviously doing a lot of the buying from of FTT, I should say, but they're kind of fighting a losing battle here. But one of the biggest worries, and I think one of the main catalysts that would potentially bring us to a 15K Bitcoin, is a bit of capitulation from the likes of Alameda, where everyone just starts kind of selling, and we get that same, where Voyager and AJ, obviously, I know you will remember this, when we had that massive selling pressure because of the likes of Voyager, etc., and everyone was just extremely worried. And so we kind of just ended up like everyone just getting scared at the same time, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. We can see that on the charts as well. And I think this is going to lead to that last capitulation event. I think this is what we needed, flush out all those weak hands, so we can, finally get to the bottom of the bear market. People have been calling this being the bottom of the bear market. I don't think it is the bottom of the bear market yet. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And we have enough volume for us to kind of see, obviously we know Binance, people are moving on to Binance. A lot of people are moving away from Coinbase and also FTX from reports that I've heard. I don't know why they're moving away from FTX. That's crazy. Well, why is your volume up? But it's basically the same story. I imagine a lot of people will be taking their coins off of exchanges, even if you're with the likes of, I don't know, Coinbase. They've said, hey, we're fine, we've got enough money, but there's still reports of people moving away from Coinbase, I should say. So this is kind of another thing that we're seeing. We're seeing a lot of volume across pretty much every exchange.
That they always say that they have the funds, but I wish there was a way. Well, I wish they could just prove that they have the funds.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the issue. I mean, they're not a bank. They don't really have to report, how
Yeah.
much they have. It's a very musky industry, and I think this is why I mentioned this yesterday, that there's worries about now Binance potentially being too big in such a decentralized industry. Is it really decentralized? So this is kind of one of the first things that I think a capitulation event. Even people are moving away from the likes of Alameda Research. Jesus. And then just being worried. There's just a lot of volume. And I think a lot of this will be selling pressure. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I think it obviously is. And then
I,
just to kind of add on to that, sorry.
quickly, I do just think this is just going to be sort of that moment in time where regulation is going to start coming in as well. Maybe these
Yes.
exchanges are going to have to start showing their balance, showing their balance sheets. Maybe that's what
Yeah.
we could see the regulation coming in doing, making it, that the exchanges have to prove that they have the funds to cover everything.
Yeah, because like you've literally just mentioned there, I have questions about Alameda Research now. Like
Yeah.
obviously, they've been buying up loads of FTT and saying, "Hey, we'll buy it off you for $22." Well, I mean, like we'll have a look at that price in a second. AJ, maybe you can just like if you have a quick look on TradingView, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to see it. It's around about $4. I posted it over on Twitter earlier, so head over there. But I think it's around about $4 or something.
Let's have a look quick.
Yeah,
FTT, yeah. So for
yeah, yeah.
$4.52. I can quickly just get
And they
up
were like,
the
"We'll buy it off you for $22, Binance."
yeah.
Is that still? Can we still do that, Alameda? Like, it's currently
Yes.
at $4. You start selling it to them at 22.
Yeah, it's still sat
Yeah,
around
it's
the
still
around the
sat
same
around.
area, so $4 and 45 cents. So still very low.
Yeah, and just another thing, guys, is obviously tomorrow we have massive news. Forget the US, we've got the Chinese new yuan loans. That's going to be the. No, I'm joking. Obviously, the core inflation and the CPI coming in for the US is another element of uncertainty to the overall economy. So not just within crypto, but obviously it will have an effect on crypto. If these numbers come in as they are predicted, which a lot of people are kind of calling, a lot of researchers and economists are calling for this to be relatively correct, just heading in the downward direction. That is a very, very good thing for us to want to be able to see as well. So kind of adding that in is a very positive thing, I should say.
Yeah.
And
But
then
what's your
I'm just going to move.
what's your
Sorry.
expectations for the core inflation rate year over year and the inflation rate year over year? Do you think it's going to be higher than forecasted?
Um, I think. Do you know what? I saw a chart. I think it was today actually, and it was that shipping. So shipping costs had gone from 4 months ago. They were around 12,000 to put a cargo, no, to put a container. Like a big shipping container. To put one of those on a ship, it was around 12,000 from Asia to the US, and now it's currently I think it's less than what it was in like 2020. So it's now around like $2,000 or something. So the costs have come down massively. And so, I think with this, also the oil price kind of begun to come down, and also food prices came down massively. So I think CPI will come in around about forecast. And I think core inflation, I don't know. They've been wrong every time. It's always been higher than what they've anticipated. So what
Yeah.
makes me feel like core inflation is in fact going to, come down? The thing that would is if we see rents and house prices start coming down drastically. I haven't really seen that yet. So core inflation, I'm not so sure, but I think CPI, we probably will see that. And to be honest, I think, the markets typically look more at the CPI.
Yeah.
Even though they shouldn't, because that's not what the Fed reacts to. So yeah, that's probably my thoughts. But AJ, do you want to go live on that tomorrow?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. We'll see. You can see how the market reacts because we've also got a trade open as well. So it'll be nice to see how that affects our trade as well.
Yeah. So guys, if you guys want us to go live, like the video and also drop a comment as well. That's going to be key. Just yeah, like it, and then if we get, I don't know, if we get enough likes, we will go live. Let's say, I don't know, 15 likes, 15, 20 likes.
Yeah,
Let's do
sounds
it.
good.
Yeah. Do it. There's your target. If you want us to go live, we can react live to it and tell you exactly what's going on. I do want to jump onto Solana, and we're going to bring up some charts just after this. But here's a tweet from Satoshi Stacker. Big warning in 23 hours, which was about 2 hours ago. So around 21 hours now. $330 million. I mean, it might not be worth that much when this goes live, um, because of the price just keeps dropping through the floor. But essentially, 18 million tokens will be unlocked and hit the market, which is a very, very bad thing. So obviously, this is going to mean a massive supply to the Solana ecosystem, and without much demand, I don't imagine that the price will stay the same. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, technical side of things, Solana isn't looking too good. Yes, we're at a sort of a support level. And I know I spoke a little bit about
Let's
Solana
bring it up.
in my live preview today, but yeah, let's bring bring the charts up. But for me, what I didn't actually mention, and I forgot to mention in my live previously today, is that we actually had a bear flag on Solana, and this is giving us a very, very bearish target as well. So as of right now, we're finding support at that sort of $18 level, just above that $18 level, and that is support because coming back here, we've used it as previous support, previous resistance as well. So that's a level that I'm looking at for Solana right now, potentially bouncing off. But if we do break towards the downside of this level for Solana, okay, so around $18, then I do think we could see much lower for Solana. Now, the target for this bear flag. So back here, we had this bear flag. Okay, we had the move towards the downside, the flagpole, then the consolidation, and then we got the break and the retest and the rejection from that level. And then we used the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement level as perfect resistance twice. And as you can see, the price perfectly to the dollar rejected from that level, and we've seen this massive pullback. Now, what is the price target for this bear flag? So if we take it from the top of the move, so the top of the flagpole to the very bottom of the bear flag, drag this to the breakout point, this is actually giving us a very, very bearish target of just under $6. This is very, very bearish, and I think this is a very possible target at the same time as well. With that fundamental news that you've just published there, I think it is possible. If we're going to see all of those tokens dumped onto the market, then yes, we are going to see the price dump. And the price target that I have would most likely be around $6, just below $6, if we were to break this major support level here at around $18. So that's what I'm looking at. The break towards the downside has already been confirmed, and we've seen the big move towards the downside. Now for this bear flag, the price target is $6. So I would be looking at that being a price target if or when those tokens get dumped onto the market.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right there. That's really, really nice analysis. I like that. I like that a lot. And I'm going to bring this back onto some DeFi tokens. Just to kind of quickly move on, we have total value locked. So, and this is just again another thing where I was talking earlier about one of these systemic risks, the likes of Alameda, for example, everyone just getting very, very scared. And even if you go on Bloomberg homepage, everyone's like, crypto's in meltdown. So there are these like big issues. Just looking over at DeFi Llama, total value locked has dropped by 10%, which is pretty crazy actually. Looking at Binance Smart Chain, I think this is where we've seen like a lot of, or I should say like a skewed balance. So it's been, more crazy in the past 24 hours. Ethereum still holding strong, kind of weathered the storm. Yes, they're down by 7% in total value locked, which is basically just people taking money out of, shall we say, projects. So all these staking. I would like to have a look at Solana and yeah, nah, okay. Just adding on to what you mentioned there, AJ. A lot of people are getting out of Solana, and it's really, obviously that's pretty severe. It's not looking good. Already a massive drop from when's this October 10th down to October, I don't know, maybe 15th, and then obviously in the past couple of days we're still dropping quite heavily. So Solana obviously not looking good, down by 40%. Looking at the actual DeFi projects on Solana, or working with Solana, I should say. But overall, it is going okay, for the DeFi space, I should say. And I just want to have a quick look now at liquidations. Over the past 4 hours, let me just refresh this. Over the past 4 hours, we can see totally we are looking at 4 hours, 128 million. See you later. And what is happening? Where are we seeing these? So the main liquidations, guys, and take note of this, is people are getting liquidated when they are trying to go long. So you can see there's more of this long bias where people are actually going wrong, and they're all getting liquidated when they're trying to go long. So
It's very
this
hard
might
for a
be,
bear to get liquidated at this moment in time,
yeah,
or
exactly.
was
This
very
might
hard.
be like a nice little indicator to you guys that like don't go long.
Yeah.
Not financial advice. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to kind of mention that, so you guys can see it for yourself, learn from everyone else's mistakes. If you are looking to go long, at the moment we don't try and catch a falling knife. Everyone wants to buy the dip, but just chill out, all right?
Yeah. And we've
Um,
been anticipating this coming for a while. We've been speaking about this for a very long time now, and that's why the trades that I've been bringing you, the majority of them have been shorts, and I've taken the odd long here, but they're only very small long positions. We have been looking for those shorts. I've been telling you, I've been looking for those shorts, and they're playing out really, really nicely. And that is still my plan to just continue to shorts because we're still looking very, very bearish. Breaking all of these support levels, there's going to be more longs getting liquidated, and the price, I do believe, is going to continue to push towards the downside.
Yep, I agree. I couldn't agree more. Out of this very like appropriately placed ad from Binance, join the world's largest crypto exchange. Okay. I probably wasn't planned. It's like what this ad is a paid imposter or like a paid actor or something. um, that does slightly bring me on to something though. If you are investing with Binance or you have your money in Binance, one thing that they have mentioned is that the SAFU, which if you don't know what it is, it's the Security Asset Fund for users. So basically, like if your exchange goes belly up, then they die, then you have at least you've got a fund which has now been topped up to $1 billion. So it's an insurance fund which now holds $1 billion USD equivalent. That is a question though. Equivalent in what? Are you holding like loads of FTT in there, like, or is there some Solana in there? You can obviously, it says Bitcoin, BUSD, and BNB. So how much BNB? I think obviously Bitcoin is it's not doing well at the moment. Um, but yeah, BUSD obviously stable coin. That's the only real scare because if Binance starts to show some liquidity issues, this will be sold immediately. That obviously $1 is $1, so it can't change. And Bitcoin, that might be part of the systemic risk. But if Binance goes down, Bitcoin is definitely going to have a lot of trouble. But yeah, I just wanted to show you this. So there is some shining light at the end of the tunnel before we get onto our technicals. AJ, are there any particular technicals you want to have a look at? Any charts you want to show where we're looking at what we could potentially be expecting for the next couple of days?
Yeah, definitely. So I'll go through them quickly because I did go through them this morning on that live stream that I did. But first of all, the DXY. Okay, the DXY. We're at major support here on the DXY, as you can see right there. We've used it support there, support here after the breakup, and resistance there, and resistance back here as well. So crucial level, and it's coming in confluence with this descending parallel channel as well. So we're finding support around that area as well. If we were to break this, now we could actually see Bitcoin pump, but I would not expect that at all. I would expect to see the DXY bounce and possibly come back up to 113. Now, for me, the Bitcoin and the DXY have actually decoupled. They are inversely correlated, but I do believe that they have slightly decoupled because we've been seeing this DXY come down, but we've also seen Bitcoin come down as well. So for me right now, the DXY is not a perfect representation of where the price is going to go. As we know, normally when the DXY goes up, we see Bitcoin come down. And when the DXY goes down, we see Bitcoin go up. But yes, if we do hold support here, I think this is going to be a signal that if we do bounce, we could see Bitcoin. This could be a catalyst for Bitcoin to have that final capitulation event, potentially down to those support levels that I'll talk about in a second at 14,000. That's where the support sort of starts. And the S&P as well. We are seeing the S&P push towards the upside, but we are actually seeing Bitcoin pull back. So those have slightly decoupled as well. Have you got an opinion on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think part of it is like perhaps Bitcoin would have been pumping had we not had this
Yeah.
massive crisis in the crypto space. So maybe that's like a part of it that's leading to this decoupling. I think overall, even I think you can probably see it. AJ, if you draw, and what's this? Is this
Daily,
the
daily time frame.
the is this the SP 500?
Yes, it's the futures.
Yeah, so if you go from just right of where your mouse is and kind of draw a line to the right hand side, yeah, to those peaks and troughs, I think we might
Yeah,
see a bit of like a slowdown, even in, so that might be, I guess like a little bit of a new trend. Maybe it's slightly wrong, but going up to where we are at the moment, I do potentially see, the likes of having a S&P kind of fall to the downside slightly, just
yeah,
because obviously there will be a little bit of uncertainty coming up with inflation. A lot of it, like I said, a lot of economists do genuinely believe that we will be seeing the peak, or we have seen the peak of inflation. So I don't think there's going to be any crazy numbers that come out. And so this, could mean that there is still a bit of uncertainty though. So we might see the S&P pull back a little bit from this. But yeah, I think most of the correlation typically has been there for a while, but
yeah. It has.
now obviously with this whole like panic in crypto, it's they're not necessarily linked anymore. Like you said, just as you said,
Yeah.
DXY has been, but now you can't rely on anything.
No, no. We just have to look at the Bitcoin charts, and that's what we've been doing. And as you said, we do have resistance coming in because we've got this blue, my blue resistance zone here. That's going to be major resistance. You can see we've been rejected from it there after the breakdown here, rejection from it there, and it's been major support previously as well, as you can see there, and major resistance. So that's a very, very critical level right here at the approximate $3,900 level. That's a critical level for the S&P 500 to get above in order to sort of be bullish in the shorter term. Maybe we could come up to 4,150 approximately. But if we can't get above that and we do see a rejection, then we could come back down to 3,600, which would not be good for Bitcoin either. But talking about Bitcoin, moving on to Bitcoin, I've entered this short position, and I will show you that in a second. And I showed you, I went live when I was entering this short position. I entered this short position at this green box here, so between $20,000 and $20,300. And there was a lot of resistance. There was a big cluster of resistance at that level. That's why I entered that short. I go live every single time I'm taking a trade. I want to be 100% transparent with you. That is my goal here. And you can see if we bring up this trade, here it is. You can see it's in some really, really nice profits right now. If I just zoom in, so maybe you can see it a little better. 70% in a profit, to over $2,000 in a profit, and we've already taken $354 in profit as well. So we've made a really, really nice trade here. I was live when I was taking this trade. And we've made loads of trades like this as well. I've been bringing those to you, so make sure you smash a like on this video if you want me to continue bringing trades like this. But right
That's
now, what I'm
crazy.
doing with, sorry,
That's crazy. 70% is so nice.
yeah, lovely
I don't know.
trade.
I will say, guys, like I know, obviously, I like AJ, and he's my teammate here. But I don't think, I follow a few other, YouTubers and whatever, but I don't think that many of them go live. It's very easy to post your
Mm.
profits and stuff afterwards and be like, "Hey, I had a great week this week." It's like, yeah, but are you actually going live when you're taking the trades? And that is one thing I do genuinely believe. The amount of trades that you've brought us, AJ, is absolutely phenomenal. So I will say, look, if you guys do like the fact that there's actually someone who goes live on YouTube, shows you his trades, and a lot of them do win, then I would say smash the like button. Not for me, but for AJ. He's
Yeah,
absolutely
thank you.
smashed it there.
I appreciate that, Ben. I appreciate that.
I love
But
it.
yeah, you are right. A lot of my goal here is trying to be 100% transparent with the community, because as you said, a lot of people, they do tend to hide when they enter the trade or hide when they lose a trade. Over the past month and a half, I think nearly 2 months, we've made 9 trades. One of them was a losing trade. You saw me make a losing trade, but out of 9 trades, 8 of them were winning. One of them was a losing trade, and I'm trying to continue this streak, and it is going really, really well. But yeah, there was actually someone that was watching the live or commented after, and they mentioned wrecked because as soon as it entered the trade, the price actually started to pump, and we did get kind of lucky with this trade. You could call it luck, but I'm going to call it skill. I had my stop loss at $20,700, and the price came to 20,678 approximately. So very, very close to hitting that stop loss. But initially, I was still looking at the price. And looking at this FTX news, the price pumping, I don't understand why the price was pumping, because it isn't bullish.
No.
Binance having full control, almost 100% control of the crypto market, the crypto space, is not a good thing. So I was watching the price go up, and I was just thinking to myself, this is probably one of the biggest bull traps of the decade, and as you can clearly see, it was. So yeah, that's what I'm currently doing with my short position. I'm keeping it open. It's in really nice profits. I've taken profit now. My stop loss is just above. I'm going to move that down ever so slightly, just to the entry point. So the stop loss is at entry. So even if the price does come up and hit that stop loss, I've still made a nice profit here, but I do not expect that. I do expect the price to continue to push towards the downside, because, we did enter back into this 4-hour range. Now, I've been telling you that I don't believe we've exited this 4-hour range, because we take this back, we take this value area high back, this fixed range back, we can see we were holding this as support, and we kept on coming and testing this value area high as perfect support and bouncing off it. If we're coming back and testing this level, it doesn't mean we've left the range yet. And as you can very clearly see, we didn't get enough bullish volume coming in, so the price rolled over, and we saw the price absolutely tank, breaking back into the range. We've broken below the range, and now I actually do believe that we've left this fixed range. So this sideways consolidation that we've been experiencing since the 13th of September, 14th of September, roughly, I do think we finally left that range. Reason being is because, looking at this 8-hour chart here, we have got a daily level here. So this blue daily level at $18,470 approximately has been very, very well respected on the likes of the 12-hour, the 8-hour, and the 4-hour. As you can see right there, we've respected this level perfectly multiple times. And because it is a daily level being respected on the 4-hour, the 8-hour, and the 12-hour, then this is a very, very crucial level, and a very important level we need to keep an eye out on. And we've actually broken towards the downside of this level now. That is very bearish, okay? It's a critical support level. We've broken it towards the downside. Now, yes, there is a possibility that we could retrace, come back up to $18,460, $70 approximately, and then see a retracement from there. That is a possibility, but we could also just continue to see this big capitulation event towards the downside, and then and not actually get that retest. And if that were to happen, where are the next levels? Well, being below this, where are the next levels? Being below this daily level here. If we can get above it, yes, maybe we can start talking about higher prices and maybe getting back into this fixed range. But right now, being below it, I do have much, much lower targets. So the targets that I do have are actually, well, let's talk about this one quickly first. So this is something that we've seen in 2018. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you understand this chart because I've gone through it multiple times. But this is what I mean, and this is what I was talking about at the start of the video. We got the break towards the upside of this descending triangle. Okay, that's bullish. We need the volume coming in though. Okay, yes, we were getting the push towards the upside, but look at the volume. Okay, yes, we got slight spikes in volume, but look at all these spikes here. Okay, we want to be higher than the highest spike within this descending triangle, which was here. Okay, and we did not get that. We did not get that spike in bullish volume. And I was telling you, I kept on telling you that the price is going to roll over. If the bullish volume does not come in, we're most likely going to see the price roll over and break this support level here. That's exactly what happens. We got that massive spike in bearish volume, and we've seen the price come, and it is breaking as of right now. There's still 11 hours left of today's daily candle, but if we break this level, I do think we could see much lower. Of course, we're going to have slight support here because this is a previous resistance level, as you can see from up here, and also a previous support level after the break towards the upside. But yeah, if we do break that, I do think we're going to see much lower. Where are the next levels that I'm looking at? Well, looking at this chart here, the next level that I do have marked on the chart is actually 3,900 approximately. So $14,000 approximately is that next level of resistance that I am looking at. So support that I am looking at. Now, why is that? Well, first of all, it is the monthly level. So it's a very, very critical support level. It's been respected on this weekly chart as well. Support there before the break towards the downside, and perfect resistance right there as well. So it's a very, very crucial level that we need to pay attention to. And yes, we could find support at this level, but I do still think it is possible that we could go down to 12,000 and 10,000. And since this channel has started, we've been talking about this. We've been talking about, both me and Ben have been talking about the price potentially coming down to 12,000, potentially coming down to 10,000, that level. But our next level of support, if we break this support, this blue support level here, which, as you can see, has been major support right here. We've touched it multiple times. Let's just get rid of this Adam and Eve because that's blown out the window now. But yeah, looking at this support here, a bit of resistance before the break towards the upside, and it's the 2017 all-time high. So this is a very important level that we're at right now. And if we do break this level, okay, we have 4 days, 12 hours left. We break this level, the next level I would be looking at the price coming down to is around $14,000 at $13,900. If we break that, then $12,000, potentially even $10,000. My position would be, if we were to come down to $12,000, I reckon we would hold $12,000 with a candle body, but I think we would have a wick down to 10,000. Yeah, and we have a major fib level here as well at 10,000. So that is a very crucial level as well. So there's lots of support coming here. I do believe that if we break 14,000, if we come down to 14,000 and break that, I think the bottom of the bear market could be between 12,000 and 10,000. That is what I'm looking at. There's major support there. So that's where I would be looking at taking profit on this trade that I have right here. As you can see, 72% in a profit, $2,000 in a profit. I would be looking at taking profit down there if we do not hit that stop loss, of course. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. It's not looking good. And we've been telling you for a very long time now that this is very possible. So I really hope we've proven ourselves to you that what we're saying is actually pretty likely, most likely going to happen. So I think it does deserve a like. I think it does deserve to smash a like on this video. So if you could do that, I would really appreciate it. But yeah, it's not looking good for Bitcoin at all. And we've been talking about this and we've been telling you, if we do not get that bullish volume in on this chart here, the likelihood of it is the price is going to roll over, come down to the support, potentially break that support. What is happening right now? That exact scenario.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And obviously, we are still, another thing, just kind of bringing it back to go to traditional markets to kind of add another little layer of certainty to this, because I absolutely, me and AJ are reading from the same page here. And if you add on the fact that, I think it's there's been 452 companies actually announced their earnings so far, and 111 of them have just completely missed and gone bust. And well, not gone bust as companies, but just missed earnings. And you see companies like Facebook now slashing 11,000 jobs. There's so many different elements here that really are just showing how bad the current situation is. And so, looking into inflation, I do think, if we come in slightly higher, which, some people say we might hit on target, but even on target is not good enough. It's still 8%. That's the target. That's where they want to get to, for this month. So it's still really bad. And I think having that will put a lot of pressure on traditional markets, which again will just put more of that fear into, hey, let's stay away from any risky assets, and obviously crypto is going to fall into that. Plus, we don't even know what's going to come out in the next couple of days, do we, AJ? Because it could come out as
anything
nothing.
can happen. Look at this FTX news. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
I bet no one expected this. Well, the majority of people did not expect this at all.
No, and even like with Voyager, with 3AC and stuff like this, we were all like, "Whoa, like what happened?" But then what was crazy, and a lot of you guys who are viewing this will remember, you then hear about I don't know, we heard about Voyager, and then you hear 3AC, and you're like, "I've never heard of Three Arrows Capital in my life," and then, but there's so many different hedge funds behind the scenes that are betting on different projects. And I don't believe that there are hedge funds out there that don't have an exposure to FTT. Bearing in mind, it's the coin of arguably, I think it's the second biggest. I want to say the second biggest. I could be wrong, but it's FTX. It's so well known that I don't believe that companies haven't invested into FTX itself or into FTT. So I think there are going to be hedge funds that could start to fall and feel the pressure just in the same way they did during the whole Luna crash and everything that happened there. So I wouldn't be surprised. I did also see AJ, that the third biggest pension fund in Canada invested into FTX at a $32 billion valuation.
Really.
And I think that's obviously now fallen massively. So if you live in
Wow.
Canada, you're not getting a pension.
And yeah. Oh dear. Yeah. It's tough times for people, and we've been saying on this channel, well, especially me, I've been saying to you that I'm not looking at getting into altcoins right now. I've been just sticking to Bitcoin. The majority of my portfolio, 80% of my portfolio, is within Bitcoin. Okay, and yes, I've got a little bit in Ethereum, and then yes, I've got a tiny little bit in some altcoins that is in a wallet that I've completely sort of forgot about. But the majority of my portfolio is in Bitcoin. I've been telling you this for a very long time, and this is why, because we are seeing this capitulation event that we have been expecting, and these altcoins are getting hit a lot harder. And we are seeing the stuff like the likes of FTX. If I'd invested in FTX, my portfolio would be massively down. But luckily, I didn't, because I stuck to my rules and I said I was not going to get into any altcoins, because we are in a bear market, and within a bear market, the altcoins get absolutely crushed. Safest thing to be in within the bear market is Bitcoin.
Yeah, yeah, and well, I mean, but even with that, it's still not gone well, has it?
No, it hasn't, but
And that is.
it survived better than the altcoins.
Yes, exactly. It is, and that's the thing, like whenever there is, whenever there's a pump in Bitcoin, this is why everyone wants to jump into altcoins, because they obviously pump harder. But it just works.
Yeah,
It's the same the other way around. As Bitcoin starts
yeah,
to fall, everyone's like, oh my God, well, obviously my altcoins are going to drop harder as well. So everyone just kind of gets out of those too. And it is true, like there's a couple ones that I mentioned, three of my top favorites, but like very, very low market caps, because they might squeeze under the radar. Like a small bit of good news for one specific project, if it's tiny, can cause it to do like a 2, a 3, or maybe a 5x or something. But at
yeah.
the end of the day, they are much more volatile, and there's a reason why they're small market cap. It's because there's so much more risk involved. And you can kind of see it, can't you? Even if you just scroll down. I'm just scrolling down Coin Market Cap at the moment. I'll share my screen actually.
I'll put it up.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, so like with this, so you can see Bitcoin 10%, Ethereum 17, and then Polygon 18, Solana 31. Well, obviously we know this. I'd be interested to see how this fares actually. Drop a comment. Do you guys think Solana, after this whole thing we mentioned about Satoshi's stacker bringing up that nearly 19 million tokens will just be dropped, unlocked and dumped onto the market? I mean, if I had, either staked them or mined them, or whatever, um, I feel as though at the moment I would probably sell my Solana. Like
Yeah.
if I had holdings that suddenly the chain got unlocked, or even I was holding Solana, but I knew that more were going to be dropped onto the market, I'd probably be selling quite quickly, personally.
Yeah. The the the
Um,
the, the game within trading, the game within investing, is to stay within the market as long as possible, and that is to reduce the amount of risk.
yeah,
Staking is probably one of the worst things to do, I would say, within a bear market. I would not lock my money away within a bear market. I would only think of staking within a bull market. And
yeah,
like I was saying, staying away from altcoins right now is taking a lot of risk out of my investing strategy. And the way I like to invest, the way I like to trade, is taking as much risk out as possible. So what I do is, when we're in a bear market, when I think we're coming into a bear market, I shift all my portfolio into Bitcoin, and then I'm looking to short. I'm looking to short, because protecting the portfolio, by shorting, you're protecting the portfolio. Yes, you can have the odd long here and there, but the longs are never as big as the shorts. And I just want to answer this question: do you think this event will lead to a smaller bull market? What do you mean by that? Do you mean that maybe like a bear market rally? If that's what you mean, then I don't think so. I don't think we're going to have a bear market rally. I think, yes, we could have a slight correction towards the upside before another move towards the downside. But for me, I don't think we're going to get a bull market anytime soon. I think we're going to have this last capitulation event. I think it will be over fairly soon. Okay, so I think the end of the bear market, I think, is coming. Maybe Q1 of next year, maybe even towards the end of this year. But I do think it's near. I don't see any major pumps up until then. I see the price coming down, hitting the bottom, okay, around maybe 12 to 10,000, and consolidating above that area, maybe consolidating between 12,000 and 14,000, sort of consolidation accumulation phase through there, and then eventually slowly working its way up and then making those big moves towards the upside, which, we're going to confirm that we're in that bull market. But yeah, I don't think we're going to have any major pumps anytime soon. I think, or as you can see now, the price is still dumping. It was 70. Let me just bring up my trade here. It was 70% in a profit. Now it's 80% in a profit. The price is still dumping. I think we're going to have a big move towards the down, another big move towards the downside. This is just going to continue sort of with no pushes towards the upside. Then we're going to establish the bottom. Then we're going to have an accumulation phase, a sideways consolidation phase. This is the best time to be accumulating. And then we start that bull market maybe even later on next year, potentially. But we will have to see, and we'll have to see what happens if we do come down to 14,000, if we do come down to 12 to 10,000. So yeah, my answer is no, I don't think we're going to have a bull market sort of anytime soon, even a small bull market or a bear market rally. As in, do you think in the next bull market we can expect the same pumps as in previous ones? Okay, is that what you mean? So I don't think we're going to see... Sorry, did you want to say something?
Yeah. Can I answer this?
Yeah. Go ahead.
My 2 cents.
Sorry.
So the next bull market and then you mentioned here, even if it's 1 or 2 years from now. So 1 or 2 years from now, I would say yes, absolutely. We will see all-time highs for crypto, which means obviously surpassing previous all-time highs, which had Bitcoin at 69,000, Ethereum, wherever that was, I don't know, 4, 5, wherever it was. How do I not know that? It's crazy. But anyway, it's when you get too excited and you're like, I don't care about the price, money's coming. It's like that meme, the invest button, where you're just like slapping the invest button. Anyway, so yes, for the next bull market, I see a bit of a recovery coming up Q1, Q2, because at the moment, a lot of companies are now cutting how many, and obviously I'm going to look at traditional markets, because I think the wider market, as soon as that begins to grow, typically we've always had, a Bitcoin pump as well. And so looking at the next kind of, it's not going to be all-time highs coming up in Q1, Q2 of next year, but we have a lot of companies who are obviously not hiring as many people, scaling back on their employees. And this is all very good in kind of cost cutting. So at the moment, there's too much money in the system. And then this is why the Fed are raising rates, etc. They will begin to reduce rates, and maybe that will happen in, I think they're going to peak and they'll probably stop in Q1. Maybe at Q2, they begin to slowly reduce them back down. And so this kind of easing off of the rate hike policy will mean that the markets will pump just in the same way they crashed, because they were raising rates. So I think that, combined with, generally markets or companies having higher than expected returns when they do their earnings reports, because they have, for a Facebook, they have 11,000 less people to pay. So obviously their margins are going to be better. And then also, once companies have a little bit more money, they then can afford to do more advertising. So a lot of tech, because they make money from advertising, will start making more money. And I think that will feed into Bitcoin as kind of one of the cases. But two, I think we are seeing a bit of a shakeout, in the sense that, at the moment, now that we've seen such a bad year, there's a lot of traction that has been involved. Hong Kong are looking to produce or to create a regulation or a regulatory ETF, so like an ETF that is in line with regulation. So many different countries are now looking into regulation, and I think this whole, like I said, part of this war with Russia, everyone thinking about, okay, how are we going to actually use crypto in our daily life? People are going to begin regulating it. And I think that's going to be very bullish for investors, especially institutions, which will probably come up to around about, Q1, Q2. So that's my next kind of thought, AJ.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just want to answer his question sort of on a chart basis type of thing. So I'm just going to bring up my charts here. So do you think the next bull market we can expect the same pumps as in the previous ones? So my answer to that is no. Okay, because we're seeing it decrease. What's going on here? Here we go.
No, it's
Because
good.
we see it decrease. We see the percentage rise decrease every single bull market. Okay, so the first bull market we had here, you can see that the percentage gain was 52,287%. Okay, then we had the bear market. Then we had the bull market again. Okay, the next bull market after that was 12,804% gain towards the upside. And then the one after that, okay, we had the bear market, then the bull market after that was a 2,109% move towards the upside. So, no, I do not think we can expect the same pumps as the previous bear markets. The previous bull markets. I think the next bull market, we're going to see less percentage gain towards the upside. But initially, it is going to be a big move still, because a 2,109% move is a massive move. 12,804% is a huge move. 52,287% move is just sort of unheard of. And we've seen it within crypto. So I don't think these moves, the next bull market, is going to be percentage wise as big as the previous ones, because as you can very clearly see here, the bull market percentage gain is decreasing every single bull market. So my answer to that is no.
Yeah, good. I'm just going to back that up just on a slightly different chart, stock to flow model, which is exactly as you've said here. Obviously, as you can see, AJ, look, you crazy high pumps, but this stock to flow model, it does start to even out, and
Yeah,
so you generally get this kind of arcing effect where crazy pumps, and then they start to even off till you get basically a flat curve. Well, not a flat curve, because it's not a curve, just a flat line.
yeah,
But a little bit of reassurance for you, though, is currently at the current stock to flow ratio, we should be around about 100,000. And this is based upon rarity of an asset. This works really well for metals. And someone thought, well, hang on, if it works for metals, which have a finite supply, pretty much, can it work for Bitcoin? So it's been actually really, quite close. And so, yeah, even, I mean, now is really quite extreme to the downside. But that does give us some indication we might see a bit more of an aggressive push to the upside at some
yeah,
point in the future. But even if I'm doing this is 2027, this is in 2023, 6 months in. So it's still quite a way away. But yeah,
yeah.
as you said, AJ, you can kind of see it visually again on here.
Yeah, the pumps do get smaller, and it's just the facts of it. So yeah.
There you go. Um, so what was it? Okay, so we said yesterday. Oh, I said earlier. Sorry. If you guys like the video, we'll get. I think we said 20 or so. I think we're at
15, I think you
25 at
said.
the moment. How much?
You said 15.
15. We're on 25, so that's good. So what we'll do is tomorrow at 5:30, my time, which is 1:30 your time, AJ. I want to
Yeah, the
say.
clocks went back. So wait, what
Yeah,
time
you're
is it
4
in
hours behind.
Dubai?
It's currently
No, I mean
5:15. So
when
in like
that's
15 minutes
when the
from now.
data comes out.
Yes. So we'll go live before. We'll
Yeah,
have a look at
yeah,
Bloomberg. We'll have a little look at, what's going on in the normal world. Um, I believe that's when market opens in the US, unless the time. Is anybody from the US? If you're from the US, has the clocks gone back
yeah,
by 1 hour in your? Because I know it was a wartime thing, and I, what UAE anyways, kind of stayed away from the war back in 45 or whatever. Um, so if because this could be market open, it could actually land at market open. Usually,
yeah,
it comes in an hour before market open. So I'm just curious about that.
yeah, yeah. That would be interesting.
Maybe nobody's from the US. Cool. I mean, we do kind of go early, like live early, relative for them. But
Yeah,
anyway, so I would imagine. Whoops. I would imagine that this is going to be Yeah, this is going to be an hour before. So we'll go live. We'll have a look through Bloomberg, and we'll see what our projections are, and see what kind of the sentiment is for later on today during the US Open session, and then we can obviously report that back tomorrow.
David said, yes, clocks went back 1 hour. It's currently 8:18 a.m. EST.
There you go. Thank you very
Our
much,
time
David.
did go back
Yeah.
last weekend. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm in the USA, Eastern USA time zone. Actually, it is 8:18 a.m. here.
Oh, nice. Look at you guys watching our video before you go to work.
Yeah. Yeah, we do really
Or you're just
appreciate you giving us your time and watching our lives. I hope we're giving you valuable information. I hope you find this information valuable. And yeah, make sure you smash a like on this video. We have 40. It says we have 41 people watching, so make sure you smash that like button. Let's try and get those likes up. Ben has disappeared. I don't know what's happened to him. Maybe his computer has died. Silly, not plugging in his computer. But yeah, I think we're going to finish it there. We've been live for 50 minutes now. I think Ben's computer's died. So yeah, please make sure you smash a like on this video. And yeah, for me, on my part, I am a technical analysis. My goal here is to bring you trades, show you trades that I'm taking, be 100% transparent with every single trade that I take. I'm showing you the losses, I'm showing you the wins, I'm showing you me entering these trades. And if you've been following the channel, you will know that I've entered 9 trades over the past month and a half, 2 months, and one of them was a losing trade. So 8 winning trades, 1 losing trade, and I was transparent with you. I told you that that was a losing trade. I showed you that that was a losing trade. But we're in a really nice winning trade right now, and I'm hoping to take this down to the very bottom of this bear market, because as we've gone through in this live, we do expect the price to come down a little bit more. So yeah, thank you very, very much for watching. Please make sure you smash a like on this video, and I myself can continue to bring nice trades to you like this live when I'm taking them. I'm sure you all want to see that. And yeah, Ben can continue to bring the fundamental side of things as well. So thank you very much for watching. Glover 14, have a good day, guys. Thank you very much. You have a good day yourself. I hope you all enjoy your day. And yeah, we will see you in the next live stream. Thank you very much for watching. Smash that like button, and I will see you in the next live. Thank you very much, guys.